Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how to retrieve and insert records into my SQL DB. Okay, let's get started. As always, we go to Spring Initializer portal to create our SpringBoot application. So again, we will use Java language and Maven. The version of our Spring Boot will be as always 3.2.4. Alright, then okay, let's change our default package to, let's say, jpa.mysql.demo. Alright, okay, we keep the package option, which is jar, and Java version is 17. We add dependency. We need web to test our JPA. Then of course we need the Spring Data, and also my SQL driver. Yeah, basically we also need this one is optional, Lombok, because I don't want to create getter and setter methods manually, so I want to use annotation. Alright, I think that's it. Let's generate our Spring Boot app. Okay, let's go to our download folder. We extract our Spring Boot application. Okay, then we delete the archive. Okay, then we open the application in our IntelliJ. Open, go to download folder, open as project. Okay, let's check our dependency. For my, okay, we have the web here for our controller. We have also the SQL server. Alright, the driver for our MySQL, and also the Lombok. This one is the test dependency is not necessary, but I would just leave it there. Alright, then let's configure our application properties. We need to basically configure our data source for MySQL DB. So let's copy from my cheat sheet, data source. Okay, for data source, since we're using MySQL DB, so the format should be like this: JDBC : MySQL. Then it's pointing to my local DB, so I use localhost. Then the port for MySQL, the default port is 3306. Then the name of the database is DB sample. So let me show you my database, local database for MySQL. So as you can see, we have a DB example database here, but this is empty. See, no tables. Okay, so after configuring our data source, we can create the entity which represent our table. Okay, let's say that we create employee entity. Actually, I already have a table entity here. Just copy. Right. So entity annotation, we import it. Table name, this is a map to our DB table. As you can see, we have we don't have a table yet, but we will automatically create this because of this configuration. DDL-auto. So if the table is not existing, the framework will create it for us automatically, right? So the data annotation, this one is not required, but I will use it because I don't want, as I said earlier, I don't want to create a setter and getter method manually, so we just use annotation. Okay, then ID annotation, this is to tell the framework that we're using that this field is our primary key. Okay, then we import the LocalDate object. Then then we need to create a repository or the interface to communicate with our database, I mean our MySQL database. So employee repo, right? So we annotate this at repository. Actually this is not class, this is an interface. So we extend the JPA repository. First parameter is the entity, which is employee. Second parameter is the type of our primary key, which is integer. Right? Okay, I think we're ready. We can communicate already with our database using this interface. So how to test this? We need to create an controller. REST controller. Then let's create an endpoint. Let's say test inquiry. Public string test. Then we need to auto-while our repository. Repo. So repo find all, so it will return all records from our DB. Then string collect, we will return all. I convert this to string. Okay, so that's it for our inquiry. Then to insert record, we need to create another endpoint also. Let's make it insert, test insert. Then we need to create an employee entity or employee object to create a new record. Then this one we change to save. Then we return. Okay. Then set ID, let's say 7. And name, set name, let's say Jennifer. Email, whatever. We just put dummy data. Okay, so it's pass. LocalDate. Let's just put now. This is just dummy data. Anyway, this is just a demo. So we will just, in this demo, we will just show you how to insert data and how to retrieve the data from our MySQL DB. Okay, so I think that's it. We're ready. We can test now. Let's run it. Let's put a break so we can easily debug. Let's check the log, see if there's any issue or errors. Alright, so let's check first. Let's check our database. We expect our employee table will be created because of this setting. Okay, So we refresh this, we expect one table, which is employee table. Okay, see, this should be empty. Now we will insert a new record in this table. How to insert? We call our endpoint in our browser http test insert. Alright, so test insert. So we expect this record. Let's check our DB. Let's refresh. Alright, so successfully inserted. Okay, then let's test the other endpoint, which is the test inquiry. Test inquiry. Alright, so since we only have one record, we expect this method will return only one record. Okay, let's see. Test inquiry. Yeah, so it's working. So as you can see, our JPA is working properly. Okay, so I think that's all, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you find this helpful. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.